Welcome to the Startup Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, the host of the show, where we talk about raising funding for your startup and the time it takes to have an espresso. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. Today we'll talk about establishing a growth story for your startup. Investors fund deals based on the team, the market, or the technology. While these are popular investment theses, the investment decision often comes down to what I call the growth story. This is your operational revenue model showing how you acquire customers and how much they pay for your product or service. If you have substantial revenue, say $1 million, then the investor will assume you have a growth story. Growth stage investors will look at the model to see how much you can grow that business and what constraints you will face and when. For pre-revenue or low-revenue companies, you can also show in unit economic numbers the proven, repeatable business model you have up and running. If you haven't done so already, then take $5,000 and prove out that unit economic model. For example, let's say you can generate leads for $1 a lead from a Facebook ad. Through a follow-up email, you can convert 1 out of 50 leads into a paying customer. Each paying customer buys on average $250 worth of product. You can then take these numbers and render a basic economic unit model as follows. Cost of customer acquisition is $50. Lifetime value is $250, and then the customer to lifetime value ratio is 1:5. You then add the time it takes for sign up and fulfillment, and you have a unit economic model. The fact you know your numbers will impress investors. Investors look for the system behind the goals. This is one way to demonstrate your growth story. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Espresso, where we help startup and investors connect for funding. Let's go start up something today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.